Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope, and this one is for you, Taurus. Happy September. We've got the sun shining in Virgo through the 21st, and it's forming a favorable trine. That's an aspect that it's making to your sun that is supportive. So you can use this month to make some slow, steady progress. And taking a thorough approach on personal or professional projects is really going to serve you well. It's a great month also to put the finishing touches on a creative effort, and romantic relationships are scheduled to focus on some practical matters. So there's a lot of astrology going on this month in your personal life as well as your professional life. We've got the Pisces full moon on September 2nd, and that's highlighting your friendships and community. That's a compassionate nature that comes along with this type of full moon that promotes lending others a helping hand. And at this full moon, you could gain some clarity about any groups or relationships where healthy boundaries are needed. That can be a Pisces theme. So think about your generosity and how to use it most wisely. Make yourself available, say, for a set amount of hours, or committing to delivering one specific service so that you know what's expected of you and you won't find yourself in a situation where somebody is asking a bit more of your time and energy than you can actually give. And if you have trouble saying no, you don't really want to get stuck in that kind of situation. And this Pisces full moon can really put the spotlight on these types of issues so that you learn how to help others, how to express your generous nature, but in a way that works for you and everyone involved. Now we've got Mars in fiery Aries, stationing retrograde on September 9th. This is the big astrological headline this month. It's such a big topic that I made a whole entire video just about Mars retrograde in Aries this fall. You can see it on this channel for in-depth information, but what you need to know for your horoscope this month is that Mars stations retrograde September 9th. It's initiating a cycle that will last until November 13th. And with Mars traveling retrograde in the sign of Aries, we're all going to need to check ourselves before reacting. Even Taurus, who is known to be slow and steady, sometimes can also let anger fire them up, do and say things that they might regret. Sometimes the joke about Taurus is you can be the bull in the china shop. These are the energies you want to avoid because Mars retrograde in Aries sort of stirs up that type of traits in you. So there's an impulsive, sometimes combative energy afoot that can lead to confrontation and power struggles. But when you're aware of this Mars retrograde cycle, you can work productively with it. And for you, Taurus, the coming months are going to be a powerful time to identify and work with unresolved anger. Your subconscious is definitely going to be stirred, and you may discover that you haven't let go of some hurt feelings from the past. And this is a great time to work with that consciously so it doesn't leak out in a subconscious way and you didn't even realize you were angry at somebody. It's better just to recognize it, address it, and then have the goal of letting go and moving on. We've got Jupiter stationing direct on September the 12th in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is another earth sign, just like Taurus. It is also forming a favorable trine to your sun. This is very strong, supportive astrology for you to set long-term goals. And it's really helping you to get some perspective and gain valuable knowledge. There's definitely support for educational pursuits. The coming months are going to be ideal for that. You might be drawn towards spiritual or philosophical studies, and you could gain an opportunity to teach or share useful information with others. So keep that in mind. Even though we're in this Mars retrograde, Jupiter is on your team and right now, and you might find you're able to work with some opportunities. The main thing to remember is if you're making new commitments or agreements, give yourself wiggle room or wait to sign on the dotted line until after November 13th, if possible. We've got the new moon in Virgo on the 21st, and this is going to support goals related to romantic partnership, parenting, creative expression, and focusing on the details of a plan. So definitely set those new moon intentions. They could take a bit longer to unfold because we're in retrograde season, but you definitely want to set them because that is telling the universe this is what you're ready for. When the time is right, you are going to make the most of these opportunities. So the sun will enter Libra the day after the new moon on the 22nd. And this signals the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere. And down under, it's the spring equinox. This is a great time to look back at your accomplishments. And Libra rules teamwork and collaboration, so it's an especially good time to give your teammates a high five or to just acknowledge and celebrate someone's individual achievement who has been a friend or teammate. Everybody should feel very supported at this time, and it's like you're reaping what has been sown and then joining together to bring in the harvest and enjoy it together. And Jan Spiller left us with some writing about the equinoxes and solstices. This is one of my favorite parts of the website. I'm writing all the current copy, of course, but we have preserved any original work that is more timeless that we can, that Jan wrote. And so her articles on the equinoxes and solstices offer suggested rituals that she came up with herself. I asked her, one time, okay, if I was to write this article, where would I find these rituals? And she told me, oh, well, I made them up. So once I knew that, after she passed, I decided we can't ever change this copy. This is so special. So that's what is available when you become a member at janspiller.com. Not only the equinox and solstice articles that are Jan's original writing, but of course all the current copy that I write about upcoming astrological events such as a Mars retrograde or eclipses or anything big that you want to get an in-depth scoop about. So please check that out. All the proceeds from janspiller.com membership go to keep her legacy going, which was her wishes. And I hope you can make the most of this month's astrology. Just take it slow and steady, Taurus style, and we'll get through this. And be safe, be well. I'll see you here next month with your horoscope.